So, the MaarifaOmniverse, storytelling for all. A part of my main mission here is to enhance the world's content using Origin Trail's knowledge assets. Now, recently, our dear friend here had a wonderful statement. He said, perhaps, content creators, you and I, all of us, we are overvaluing the value of our content that we create. Now, when Facebook was initially launched, I highly doubt we thought such a social media tool can become such a horrible or fantastic to some organizations data mining operation, right? So we see that as an organization, in the inception of an organization or ecosystem, does not necessarily mean that you're going to have positive outcomes, even though you may have positive intentions. So Origin Trail's role in the age of AI brings this protection to our content. How? It ensures verifiability of our digital content. It provides a decentralized knowledge management ecosystem, and also combats misinformation by utilizing decentralized trust systems and encouraging data sharing. Now, what is a knowledge asset? Now, the knowledge asset is the atomic unit of the Origin Trail decentralized knowledge graph. It's the one thing we all interface with when you connect to the Origin Trail decentralized knowledge graph. It can be used to represent anything, as knowledge is all things. Knowledge are cars, homes, trees. Tree has leaf. That's a triple. Okay? Right? Yes? Yes? Right? Great. Awesome. So knowledge is everything, right? And the knowledge asset itself forms the basis of the decentralized knowledge graph. A paranet is a collection of knowledge assets. That's all it is. Okay? Now, what is Tracverse? Tracverse is the entity behind something called the Omniverse. The MaarifaOmniverse is a community-owned and community-governed ecosystem. It is powered by Origin Trail's knowledge assets and also provides an infrastructure for AI ecosystems building on top of, as a result of using Origin Trail's knowledge assets. So here's a quick list of the couple of things that I've accomplished, okay? Now, we are the first official community-governed and community-owned storytelling ecosystem in Web3. We are the first to fingerprint intellectual property, such as music, songs. For any of you that were around last year, I fingerprinted my song, That's My Crew, to the Origin Trail DKG. Now, and also, I'm the first to mint stories and interactive content to the Origin Trail decentralized knowledge graph. I also claim the first as the cutest guy on the planet. My son is second, and my wife is in battle for third place. Now, I'm also the first Christian-based DKG ecosystem in Web3. I believe that the religious component is being left out of this technological race that we have, and I believe it's equally important, right? Now, I'm also very proud of what I call the OmniCore. If we could just play this video right here.
OmniCore activated.
Rain pelts the city streets, turning gutters into rivers and the night into a blur of reflected neon. Here I sit, unnoticed. Another face among the many forsaken by fortune's fickle hand. The coat on my back, more patches than fabric, shelters me from the storm, and my gaze, weary and worn, speaks of lifetimes lived, of empires turned to dust. You ask why such darkness lies in the hearts of men? The answer is as old as time itself. I have walked through the annals of history, unseen, a silent guardian of the ages. With each century, I've watched the hearts of men grow heavy with greed, their hands quick to grasp for power, for gold, for land that was never theirs to claim. In the alleys of power, I've heard whispers, schemes draped in velvet and gold. While out here, in the true bowels of the city, I've seen the price of those schemes. Men betray their own blood for a handful of coins, turn a blind eye to the suffering of their neighbor, all in the pursuit of a happiness they'll never find in material wealth. But it's not just in the grand tragedies, not just in the obvious evils that this darkness dwells. It's in the small things, the everyday failings, the lies we tell, the truths we hide, the compassion we withhold. In every harsh word, every turned back, every opportunity for kindness that we let slip through our fingers like the rain that falls around us. Yet, this is not the whole of the story. For in the deepest night, I've also seen flickers of light, acts of pure selflessness that kindle a fire against the encroaching dark. A hand extended in friendship, a smile offered to a stranger, a sacrifice made without thought of reward. These are the beacons that shine all the brighter for the shadows that surround them. And so, as I sit here, another face in the crowd, know that I am more than this haggard appearance. I am the Omnicore, the ageless watcher of time, encased for a moment in this tired shell. From the rise of civilizations to the fall of stars, I am the keeper of stories, the chronicler of the human saga. As the rain washes over me, mingling with the tears of the city, the decentralized knowledge graph has unfurled before humanity, a canvas vast and intricate. On it lies a choice, etched in the binary of being, a choice that will define the future of this race of dreamers and doers. The test has begun. Let us unfold the story of Maarifa together.
So, thank you. Now, the Omnicore, in this futuristic realm, that guy you just saw is the personification of the DKG. A couple years from now, as we continue to proliferate all these different sorts of content into this ecosystem, this is the DKG personified. So, however, today, in 2024, we're not that advanced yet. So, the Omnicore acts as the central engine of Tracverse. It organizes and verifies all of our knowledge assets. It is the source of knowledge for all the content in the Origin Trail Omniverse, and it ensures transparency and accountability by leveraging the knowledge assets that we discussed earlier. Now, I know that still seems a little bit abstract, so let's break it down a bit more. Accessing the Omnicore, what does that mean? My friends, that simply means going to a website, okay? You go to Maarifa@Tracverse.com, okay? You sign up, you log in, and that's using the Omnicore in 2024. Maybe in 2025, we teleport to a new dimension to use the Omnicore. But for today, we only have HTTP, right? So let's do that. So again, the Omnicore runs on knowledge assets. Everything you see at that URL is based on knowledge assets. Now, the Omnicore processes several flavors of knowledge assets. We have singles, particles, series, and IP graphs. And we have a lot more coming very soon. So what are singles? Singles are self-contained digital stories, pieces of content. Each single is an individual knowledge asset on the Origin Trail decentralized knowledge graph. Of course, that's really designed for these standalone single stories. For example, that video you just watched is a prime example of a single. It's not connected to any larger narrative network, right? And of course, as you can see, here's an example of a single as a knowledge asset, and this is an actual article equipped with audio, images, all built from the Origin Trail decentralized knowledge graph. So what are particles? Well, there's a P. Anyone wants to guess what that P is for? Paranets. Don't worry about it. We'll get to that some other time. So paranets are paranet articles. When you upload an article to the Tracverse or the MaarifaOmniverse, it becomes a particle. It is now stored in the paranet. So paranets are used for more like micro content, blog posts, memes, the things that we use every day. Like when you think of particles, think of Medium, those kind of platforms that you use to publish legitimate information. So one thing that is important to note here is that particles or blogs is often the form of the building block for larger discussions and discoveries. When you think about, okay, I need to find out what's happening somewhere, you usually look for a blog post from some professional, and you get insights from this professional on Medium or whatever social or whatever content platform to help with your research. Okay, so that means that particles and blog posts are actually very vital for the future of innovation. So the MaarifaOmniverse, when we first launched, that article that we released was an example of a particle. Okay? Now, this is something very new. We have series minting. So a series is a collection of particles or singles. So if, as an organization, you wanted to release a 5-part article series on how to cook sushi, well, you can create a series knowledge asset via the Tracverse. Here's a series we've created, and as you can see, it has 5 episodes. The rating is 5 out of 5, released in the year 2024. Again, all built from the Origin Trail Decentralized Knowledge Graph. And IP graph minting is quite similar to what we saw earlier. You can upload images, audio, music, sound, all of these things to the Tracverse Paranet, and of course, you, in return, get a graph which protects your intellectual property. Finally, but not least, most definitely not least, I believe that the future of content is community-owned and community-governed. So, in the same way we have these vote series, you'll be able to spawn a vote series, and the open community can then vote on the direction of your series or article or whatever you want to show the world and co-create with your community members. So this offers a new way of building communities around your thoughts and ideas. So in conclusion, the Origin Trail is absolutely essential in the fight against misinformation. Tracverse utilizes verifiable knowledge assets as the atomic unit for all of the innovation in our ecosystem. And of course, you can sign up at Maarifa@Tracverse.com to gain access today. But one caveat. This is for the members who participated in the earlier forms of our graph hunts and other initiatives we spawned earlier. So thank you.